this is Michael Simon, and you're watching Bourbon Soak Live. That sounds fun. I mean, a lot of bourbon. I mean, bourbon makes things fantastic. I'll take an old fashioned.
Whew. That'll wake you up. Hey there, y'all. I am Juliette Miranda, and you are watching Bourbon Soak Live, the best place to be on Monday night for cocktails and conversation.
Cheers to you.
Well, hello, David the producer, back there in producer jail.
Yes, I am in jail.
Yeah, our hobo setup here has David sitting behind a sort of slat of wood, and I can kind of see him peeking out, looking all convict-y back there.
You can't see it on camera, though. See?
Sorry.
Look normal.
But he looks normal right there, but you can't
I'm
tell.
wearing a convict shirt.
He's
if
wearing.
You haven't told. Yeah.
He's also sitting on the floor.
Crisscross applesauce.
So how you doing tonight, handsome producer?
I'm doing awesome. It's a good day.
Excellent.
Yeah, good Monday. Got myself a nice glass of bourbon myself instead of the wine. So, hey, life is good.
Well, all right. Well, we got some people to say hello to. I see the chat is starting to kick into gear, and I've got Richie Z hanging out with us. So cheers to you. Mad Kiwi gets the award for first to the party, so thank you. It's great to see you here. I think I also see Nora, Northern Ohio Railroad Action, joining us tonight. So it's great to have you all here. We are going to be talking about our bucket lists tonight. All of those crazy, wild adventures that we've either had or are dying to have. Because, you know, right now it seems like kind of a fun idea to, you know, reminisce about the good old days when we could leave the house without wearing, you know, protective gear. Oh, look,
and
Jerry's.
an ankle bracelet that says you can't leave the house.
Oh,
is that the reason why it's not COVID that I'm not leaving?
That's just you.
Yes.
I've got one of those little electric collar things on you.
See, Jerry's in the house?
I see Jerry has just joined us. Jerry, you're a problem as usual, but I suppose we're glad you're here.
That's right. Hey,
So,
you want to say what we did over the weekend, what our weekend was like?
yeah, we had a little bit of an adventure on Saturday. Some of you may know David, the producer, has his own YouTube channel, and every so often we invite some of our friends to hang out with us for a virtual happy hour. And what do you know, Saturday night we were joined by Bruce Kulick from KISS.
That was pretty cool.
It was very cool. He was super nice, really generous with his time, and gave us some great stories about KISS and John Corabi. So that's just one more reason for you to go and find David, the producer, on YouTube.
Yeah, we're pen pals now. He's sending me emails after the fact. We've been talking over email over a few things. He's a great guy.
He is. He was really nice and just I don't know, fun conversations. I was glad that we had him on.
And he worked with Kanye West. Weird.
I know, right? So random.
You wouldn't think the guitar player from KISS would work with Kanye, but there you go.
Well, there you go. Oh, that was big fun. So what do you say we talk a little bit about what we're all drinking right now? Because I don't know about you, but I definitely need some bourbon today. I have spent my afternoon packing boxes and getting the hell out of this dump. So
Dumb. You make it sound like we live in squalor.
right, this place is a shithole. Are you kidding me?
It's just not New Orleans.
No, but it will be soon. So me, I am drinking Larceny bourbon tonight because we're trying to drink our way through our home bar because you can't move open bottles of liquor across state lines. They tend to frown on things like that.
Yeah, in a big way.
In a big way. So I have just about finished off our giant bottle of Larceny here. I'm rather proud of myself. It's a wheated bourbon. It comes out of the Heaven Hill family. And it's really, really light and easy to drink, y'all. I mean, I know you've heard me talk about this just ad nauseum, but I can't stress it enough. It is a perfect starter bourbon if you're kind of over the whole Maker's Mark thing. It's a wheater, so it's got a little bit of that smooth sweetness to it. Just give it a try. You'll love it.
Yeah. Loving it.
Yes, Jerry, they are going to let us in because, believe it or not, New Orleans is in better shape than Illinois is by far. So all of the regulations and everything, they're loosening up. And we will get in because we have a signed lease. We're going to a new home. They just have to let us in.
We already have the code.
Yeah, we have a code, we have a lease, we have keys. We are good to go. I see Patrick Fulmer has joined us. That's excellent. It's great to see you here tonight. So, what are you drinking tonight, sir? You always have something delicious in your glass. And Container Man is here as well, which is awesome. I know he was hanging out a little bit earlier, eating the most gigantic Philly cheesesteak I've ever seen in my life. I mean, just a spectacular display of meat.
Oh, yeah, and we'll get there.
And we will get there. Oh, we will get there. So, what do you say we get there?
Oh, you want to
Well, let's
hit
just
right over?
speed things up a little bit.
Boy, man, someone's someone's anxious today.
I'm feeling zippy tonight. That is hashtag Bourbon Soaked Live. It's our little getting to know you routine. So snap a photo of yourself or whatever it is that you're up to tonight and post it to Twitter using hashtag Bourbon Soaked Live. And if you want to take a look at that big old hunk of meat the Container Man's gnawing on, it's right there.
Man, look at that thing.
It is glorious.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
Philly cheesesteak with pepper jack cheese, onions, black olives, pickles, and
Corn nuggets.
Corn nuggets. Wow.
He said
Holy
corn nuggets.
crap. It does look damn good.
It does look seriously good. So cheers to you, Container Man. Oh, and he said washing it down with chocolate milk.
Very good.
Wow. Well, have fun on that one.
I think we have one other entry here.
We do.
from
I think
today.
Nora had one on there.
Yes, ma'am. Hold, please. Hey, there you go.
Drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade. I love it.
Look at that.
Ah, that looks like a good time right there. Me and booze, right?
Yeah. You would hardly put those two things together.
Never. That's just so wrong right there. So y'all make sure you snap a photo during the show, post it to Twitter using hashtag Bourbon Soak Live, and we will get to it and we will feature it on the show later or next week. What's going on back there, David, the producer?
Oh, just showing comments.
Ah, I see. Jerry, NOLA is actually in great shape. They are doing far better than the rest of the country, and it's actually because they peaked early and now they're in recovery mode. So there.
Yeah.
And if one more goddamn person tells us that we should postpone our move, seriously, people, life goes on. Get over it. For fuck's sake.
Yeah. We've had quite a few people and family members reach out to us, say, we're really concerned about your move. And it's like, well, there's lots of things to be concerned about. That's not one of them.
It is a calculated risk.
Yes, it is.
Now, here's something that is not a calculated risk, and that is subscribing to this channel. As I said, I'm Juliette Miranda, and you're watching Bourbon Soak Live. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, give this video a big ol' thumbs up, maybe leave a comment if you're so inclined, and share it on your social media, because the more the merrier, right? I mean, if you can't drink in a bar, you might as well hang out with me tonight and we can all drink together.
It's like a bar and you don't have to drive home drunk.
See, this is the safest bar around. You're at home, you can do whatever you want. You don't even have to be wearing clothing right now.
I'm not.
Oh, we saw you already. You at least have a shirt on.
Okay. I'll give you that.
And me, I'm the one who never wears pants, but
That's true.
That's just me. So tonight we're going to be talking about bucket list items, y'all. And these are the things that we are dying to do one day, or the things that we've already done. So make sure you share your stories in the chat. I want to know all about what you want to do and what you have done, and get into all the crazy details of it, because bucket lists are a good thing.
Can I put screwing a supermodel on mine? Or is that going to give
No.
any trouble or a
No,
problem?
that's one of those like hall pass items.
Ooh, I get a hall pass?
Yes, if you find a supermodel or whoever who's dying to have sex with you, I would absolutely give you a hall pass.
I'll just get a chick really hot.
No,
and have her make up business cards that say supermodel.
No. You know I'm smarter than that.
I know.
I have to be able to identify them.
You have to know their names? Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Like, I'm not going to get a Kurt Russell look-alike. That's just stupid.
Right.
A Mila Kunis look-alike? Nuh-uh. I want the
Nope.
real deal.
Exactly.
Well, I did. Now that she's had a couple of kids, I don't really want her anymore.
I haven't seen her in a while. I'm going to have to pull up some shots of her.
I'm sure she's still hot as ever, but I just have this aversion to children, so. Bobby Blaze has joined us, and he is several beers deep with a couple of shots of Ezra Brooks in between.
Wow, man.
You are living it up, Bobby Blaze. I love it.
That's freaking awesome.
Hell yeah, and you're in the right place now.
Yeah. Pants are optional, Bobby. So don't worry.
It's all good. And Jerry's having a debate over onions and pickles on a cheesesteak.
Well, see, Jerry is he's in the Philadelphia area, we'll call it, right? So he's very particular in his Philly cheesesteaks.
He is.
Yes.
He is. Oh, he's already leaving us charming comments. Look, Juliette, it's Elle McPherson on the end of my dick. No, I'm not going to come home to find her bouncing up and down on you. I need advance notice because I might want to be in on it.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, there are rules to this sort of thing. E-Waste Mike has also joined us, so thanks for being here. And I can't believe this show has already fallen off the rails and we haven't gotten into the list yet.
Exactly.
Good God.
Nothing changes.
No, it's just what we do. So what do you say we roll on into our first bucket list topic, and that, y'all, is travel. I miss travel.
I know. Something fierce.
I know. We were supposed to be in Fiji right now.
Literally this week.
But it's okay. We've rescheduled, and we'll be going there later this summer, knock on wood.
Well, we'll see.
But yeah, Fiji is something that's always been on my own personal bucket list because I love these just gorgeous, delightful, tropical paradise vacations where it's just you and sand and palm trees and some guy who brings you drinks.
Mm-hmm. Especially the guy that brings drinks.
Well, yes, that is priority one.
Well, there's other bucket list places that we have too, like Paris, that we've never been to.
Yeah, Paris is
Never
a huge one.
been.
I know. I would love to spend at least, a month in Paris just to know the city and get the feel for it.
Ooh, there's a couple of really good ones in the chat. See Jerry and
I
Richie
see
Z?
Jerry, Australia or New Zealand, and I would love to do either of those, but I'm a little afraid to
Why?
because I might get eaten by something.
Oh, I know they have the really big, nasty
Yeah,
bugs
they're
and spiders.
everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's like Godzilla territory.
Well, we're not going to parachute you in the center of the island. I mean, you're going to go where people are,
Well,
right?
that's good. That's comforting, I suppose. I see Richie Z is calling out Belize. Oh my gosh, yes, Belize for sure. I've heard it is so absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, see, Mad Kiwi says 3 hours from me.
Well, yeah, we'll just all hop on a plane and hang out with Mad Kiwi one day. You've got an
Yeah.
open house, right?
Oh, I'd love to go to New Zealand. That is a bucket list place for me too, because it's supposed to be. I mean, you see pictures and you see video. I mean, it's gorgeous.
I know, there's just no doing places like that justice. And, I even say the same thing about New Orleans. I realize this isn't, the lush tropical destination, but
Nope.
you just don't get a feel for a place by watching videos of it. You have to be there.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Mike
Well-
Meyer has joined us.
Yes, he
Hello, cheers.
And another place that we've talked about going is Bali.
Oh my gosh, yes. Bali would be just heavenly. And I also want to do Tahiti.
Yeah. Tahiti. I don't know a lot about Tahiti. I got to do some more research on Tahiti.
I
if
don't
that's-
think there's a whole lot that you need to know. It really isn't going to be all that different from Fiji, quite honestly.
True.
But I just like tropical islands, and I like the Polynesian chain of islands personally. So
Yeah, you're more a Pacific Ocean
am.
kind of gal
I
than the Atlantic or the Gulf kind of stuff.
exactly. Well, I mean, we've done Aruba. I've done Jamaica.
We've done the Caribbean
We've
too.
done pretty much all of the Caribbean, and I did the pyramids in Mexico. So I'm ready for some different scenery.
Let's spice it up. Haiti.
Oh, let's go to Haiti. I can put a voodoo spell on you.
You would make it out of there alive.
Probably wouldn't.
Oh my God.
Bobby Blaze says that he has been to Australia, but would love to do New Zealand for sure. Definitely a bucket list. Jimmy C. and Friends says bucket list number 1, crash land a plane.
Wow.
You and Hemingway.
Start calling him Sully.
Right? Well, what do you say we move it along to topic number 2? Because I think that actually kind of pertains to where I'm going with topic 2. And that's adventure. This could be anything, doing the hot air balloon, crash landing a plane, perhaps.
I
Or
think that falls under the third category,
Oh,
actually.
it may. So hold that thought.
Yeah.
And Elder has just joined us. So cheers to you. Thanks for being here tonight.
Well, adventure, what I think of like bucket list items for adventure is like climbing Mount Everest.
I don't see you
Or-
climbing Mount Everest.
Oh, I'm not saying it's for me.
Ah, okay.
I'm saying that these are those type of categorized
Right,
elements.
right.
That going on a safari in,
Okay.
in Africa.
Okay.
Rock climbing, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to do any of those things.
I don't have any adventure bucket list items. I don't have a single one because I hate all of that shit.
I know, I don't like physical activity. I like to
I was
just
surprised you
lay.
put it on here. I'm like, adventure?
Well, it's not just us. There are people in the chat, right? I mean, we've talked about all sorts of shit that I don't give a crap about.
Oh, Jerry's got a great one. Adventure?
Elle McPherson.
Back to Elle McPherson. Exactly.
I'd say that
little-
qualifies.
Bareback Elle McPherson. There's my adventure.
Nice. Well, then in that case, I'm going to call dibs on Kurt Russell.
You could have Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Mike Meyer says pub crawl in Scotland. Now that sounds like something I could do.
That's very cool.
Yes, I love that idea. I love visiting different bars in areas like that because you get such a great feel for, the people and, the culture. It's just so inviting and cool. And we've made so many great friends doing that.
Right. And what's Jimmy say? He's talking about plane. I plan on crashing it on the ground so that so the cover is landing. I don't know what he's saying.
I don't know.
I'm missing out.
Move on.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
halfway
Jerry.
through my bourbon. So.
Container Man says bucket list number 1, meet Juliette, Miranda, and David the producer in New Orleans.
With 34 hours off, you
Fat
Better
Tuesday
block out
Mardi
about
Gras.
a week.
Well, yes, knock on wood that Mardi Gras will be back on. They're debating on it right now. There's no official ruling one way or another, but I hope Mardi Gras is on because that's one of the many reasons why we're going to New Orleans is for festivals and culture and fun. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Right. Some people are saying that we're buffering, but no. If you refresh your browser, it looks like it's on. Looks like it's okay.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
hold on. Sorry.
Okay, you can turn that off now.
Yep.
Stacey Morgan has joined us. Hello to you. Thanks for being here. We are talking bucket lists today.
Yeah. Anything on your bucket list?
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm just ready to get the fuck out of Dodge. I don't even care anymore.
Bucket
what
list,
I do.
leave this shithole.
Exactly. Now, we were talking adventure, and this isn't exactly an adventure, but something that I want to do that I've never done is go to an MMA event. We've never done
Really?
one. And I would love it
That's
so
your
much.
bucket list?
Yeah, it is. I really want to do that. And I also want to go to the roller derby.
I've done the roller derby live.
I mean, how much fun does that sound to get hammered at the roller derby?
Oh, it's a blast.
Oh yeah, I am so in. We need to make this happen.
Oh, good times at a roller derby. And those girls are brutal.
I know. They're scary badasses. I love it. I want to go and just cheer them on and get insane.
Oh, there's Dave Larson.
Oh, Dave Larson. Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Very awesome.
And Container Man also says bucket list 2 through 10,000, meet more YouTube model railroaders. And that's actually kind of an interesting point, is just the whole idea of meeting, our friends that we've met online and, getting
Tons.
to know them in person. We've done that a couple of times, and it's either awesome or really awkward.
Well, you never know, kind of, people and seeing them either live or talking to them like our podcast friends. We usually talk over DMs or
Right.
emails or
Right.
even phone calls. But you've never been face to face, so that meeting a podcaster I think is a lot more awkward because you don't know what they're like,
You don't, but you have
like
this
on camera.
The problem is that you have this sort of familiarity with them and you've developed an idea of who they are and what they're like. And people do this with us all the time. They'll meet up with us and they'll say, well, gosh, guys, how come you're not setting something on fire or, getting kicked out of a bar? And we don't do these things deliberately. We don't go out with the intention of meeting people and then, setting fire to a place. It's something that has to happen organically.
Stacy Morgan says, hashtag Bourbon Soak Live, new belt. Hey, do you want to hold up? You got it right behind you there?
Do I? Oh,
Yes,
I do.
you do.
I do. I have one of the slates that Stacy Morgan has made for us. It's going to be a little glary here, but it's all hand etched. It's a really nice YouTube button.
Yes.
Just really
And
pretty.
it came with a kick-ass belt.
Yeah, super championship belt.
And Jerry's calling something out, and DTR. Or
You,
DTP.
that would be you, DTP.
Oh, David the producer.
Duh.
I've never put, I never used the initials. I don't know.
My man. Drink some more bourbon, you'll be fine.
Yeah, when we met Jerry, that's
We
a perfect
did,
example. Jerry
yeah.
is another podcaster. He's on the Bad Cop show.
You two are like besties.
And when we were hanging out, well, we hung out a couple times. I hung out with him and his co-host Dave in Dallas, and that was a unbelievable blast.
And then you and I met up with him also in Chicago,
We
and
had
he
a
started a
great
small
time.
riot in the restaurant by pulling straws out of glasses and throwing them on the floor. Jerry, you are a handful.
Well, we had such a great time. That was so much fun. Ooh, here's a good one. Edinburgh
Yes.
Arts Festival
Oh my gosh, yes.
and Scotch tasting. That is a good one.
Oh, Chris Malloy has just joined us. Cheers to you. Hello. Thank you for being here. This show is already rolling right off the fucking rails tonight, so
Yeah, get ready.
I don't know what the fuck's going to happen next.
So we were just talking about adventure, right?
Yes, these are bucket list items, the things that we all desperately want to do, and some of us have already done them. Me personally, I don't know how adventurous I am when it comes to being outdoors. I think the most adventurous thing that I've done by way of travel is climb to the top of Tulum, one of the Mayan pyramids. And that was insane. Aside from just the physical feat of climbing to the top of this thing in the middle of a jungle, just the history of it and the oldness of it, it was incredible to see things from an entirely different perspective. I mean, to know that there were people being sacrificed on the top of this thing, it was crazy.
And now thinking a little bit more about adventure,
Yes.
I would not mind going out and doing something like caving. What is the term for caving?
Cave diving, spelunking.
Splunking. Thank you. Yes.
I'm not going splunking with you.
I know you wouldn't do it.
I'm never doing that in a million years.
If there's one adventure style thing that I would do,
You want to
I would.
You want to go into a cave?
I would. I'd totally go into a cave.
You've seen The Descent, right?
I've seen it twice.
You know what's in those caves. Ugh, scary. Jerry Gelf says, next week's show, fuck it items. Now, Stacey Morgan is bringing us back to reality, and he says, I have to see Ellen DeGeneres. She's on my bucket list since I was a kid. There's actually a couple things kind of like that I've always wanted to do that I never got the chance. And I think the biggest one was, as a kid, I wanted to go on the Bozo show. It was a local kind of, not
It's a
cable
local TV
access, it was
show.
a local
Yeah.
TV show for kids. It had a clown as a host, and
I think every local city had one like it.
yeah. Well, I wanted to play Bozo buckets. It was the greatest game for a kid ever. You have a little ping pong ball, you throw it in a bucket, you win a prize. And my mother said, well, I've put in for tickets, but there's a wait list of almost 10 years. So, you're not going to be able to go anytime soon. And I was disappointed, but I remembered that. And 10 years later, when all of my little friends, were going to the Bozo show and I wasn't, I had to call bullshit on my mom, who lied. I was furious. She's like, I didn't think you'd remember. I did. It meant something to me. It was my thing. My mother clearly hates me.
I know some bucket list items. Well, there's two. I'll hit these after we're done with the five. But
Yes.
the one that I want to hit is concerts that you wish you could go to, or
Oh, yeah.
because there's one that I know that you haven't seen. You haven't seen a Beatle yet, and you only have two left, and it
That's
shouldn't be
not
Ringo.
true. You and I went to see Paul McCartney.
Oh, we didn't really see him though.
Well, okay, so he was playing at Wrigley Field, and we had seats on the rooftop of one of the houses next to Wrigley Field. So
Right.
we weren't entirely in the concert itself, but we were still, a
Well,
part of.
we heard it and saw the big screen, but we
Yeah.
didn't actually see the stage.
No, we weren't
I don't
quite.
call that seeing a Paul McCartney concert.
All right, so I wasn't exactly in the audience.
No.
No, that would be incredible. And I think the one person that I always wanted to see that I never could was Prince.
Well, just strike it off your bucket list.
But
You're
yeah,
not
obviously
going to
it's
get
not going to
there.
happen now. Same with Michael Jackson, but what are
Right.
you going to do? I see Chris Malloy has said that he'd like to visit gorillas in Africa.
Ooh.
But then he says, I think they'd rather be left alone, which is probably true.
I think that's dangerous.
Dave Larson says, I hung out at WGN Studios with a news producer at night and played the bucket game and spun the big drum of postcards. I'm so jelly. Oh my God.
I've played on WGN News 3 times.
I know.
And I got a chance to play the bucket game too.
Son of a bitch. This isn't fair. God damn
so
it.
boo-hoo to you.
It's just not fair.
Oh, there's some other good ones in there. Prince is dead. Prince dead.
I hate to break it
Lord.
to you. Spoiler alert, Jerry. Chris Malloy says, I met Keith Richards, but never met any other Stone.
That wasn't a bucket list item of mine, but I
But-
hung out with the Rolling Stones one night.
You did indeed, and it was completely random and unexpected.
It was at Buddy Guy's Club because there was going to be a secret show there that no one knew about, but I knew the guy that owned Buddy Guy's, not Buddy Guy himself. It's the guy who actually managed it. And Buddy Guy got up there and played, which, by the way, just seeing Buddy Guy live, that's like a bucket list
That is
item.
pretty
I mean, the
amazing.
guy is unbelievable.
Yes.
But then, out of nowhere, they rushed him in, and Rolling Stones get up on stage, and they do like a 5-6 song set, and I'm like 4 feet away from him. So they get off stage, and I ended up talking to, all of them except for Mick. He was kind of rushed back stage.
Right.
But the rest of them hung out, and I got a chance to talk to the rest of the guys, and they were very cool. They were never on my bucket list, but I'll check that one off.
Yeah, that's kind of how I spent time with Metallica, was they were at a local club checking out a band that I was friends with to potentially produce them and get them a record label deal. And I wound up hanging out with them at the upper level bar. It was my birthday. They sang me happy birthday. It was kind of cool.
I don't know if I have any bucket list concerts left.
At this point, it's hard to say.
Yeah,
We've
just
really-
not off the top of my head.
We've been pretty fortunate to be able to see all of our,
Well, most of them were back in
acts
the day.
and-
Yeah.
most of them were back in the day.
Well, there's one person I would like to see, and this actually falls into two categories, but it's not a rock concert or a concert. It is a comedian, and we have yet to see Bill Burr yet.
I know. Bill Burr is on my bucket list for so many things. I desperately want to interview the guy on my podcast. That's like my number one white whale. That's the one that I've, circled the wagons around but haven't been able to nail down. And I'm almost afraid to do it because he is such a hard interview. He doesn't like to be interviewed. And I don't think I quite have the chops to hang out with him as just like
You'd
casual
be
conversation.
fine. Oh, you'd be fine.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't
don't
worry
know.
about it. But, and I'm just looking at this, and Dave Larson says, please don't forget to like. That would
Right.
be awesome.
Yeah, no, please. Every little like helps.
Like the video, share the video on social media, and if you dig what we're doing here, then subscribe.
Indeed.
So there.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah, just what Dave said.
What he said.
Listen
He's the
to Dave.
producer. So what do you say we move this along to our next topic?
You got it.
And this is one that's near and dear to my heart. Not.
Daredevil? Boy.
I am not a thrill seeker at all. It's just not my thing. I hate roller coasters. I hate the sensation of free falling. but the one thing that I would love to do that's definitely a little more daredevil-like is to ride in a race car.
Oh,
I would love, like, I love speed. I
Yeah.
love driving fast. I love race cars. I love the whole sensation of just, you know, being a little unhinged on a racetrack. Because my dad used to be a drag strip racer, and he never allowed me in the car when he was doing it. So it's always been something that I've really wanted to do, just because it was something I couldn't do.
well, looking at the daredevil category just as a whole, I have a lot of friends. Even my father used to go, skydive, just like we're showing in the video here. He was a skydiver, and I thought, and a scuba diver, which scuba diving, I don't know if it's really daredevil, but you're if you're doing it in the ocean, there's sharks. I
There's
don't care
shit that'll kill you down there.
I know. So I kind of put it in that category. He was more the daredevil. The closest thing I ever came to doing a daredevil thing was when bungee jumping was really big.
Yes, you did bungee jump.
Yeah, I did that once, and that's because I'm afraid of heights, so I always like to kind of face my fears. And when I did that, I still had the fear of heights. It did not help.
I don't understand any of it. It just makes no sense to me. Why jump off a ledge and hope that a giant rubber band is going to snap you back? Why, like Jerry says, why jump out of a perfectly good plane? What do you get out of that?
Right. I'm not a thrill seeker like that. I just,
No.
I don't know if it's that I just value my life too much. Or,
Well, you know what we did once, and this isn't really a daredevil thing, but we did a hot air balloon. And you, with your sensitivity to heights,
yes.
did not take to it very well.
No, and that was just a stupid hot air balloon.
I know. It was actually, it wasn't all that intense, really. It was just nice, gentle, floaty. But
ADHD Whiskey's in the building.
Whoa.
He says, "Hey, girl, hey."
hey there, ADHD whiskey, America.
Yeah. Fear of heights keeps me from doing anything in that daredevil category. I will not jump out of a plane. I will not, go rock climbing. I will not. I can name 5,000 things that I won't do because they're just too scary.
I won't even do those crazy roller coasters that they have at the Stratosphere in Las Vegas. Like there's this one that kind of like slides off the edge and then comes back. Just not my thing. I don't know. It's a physical thing. It doesn't feel good to me. Roller coasters scare the shit out of me. And it seems as though we've got a lot of agreement in the chat here also. Nobody is up for the Daredevil stuff.
Did you read Bobby Blaze?
Pass on Daredevil events, goals, or aspirations. Once you enter the ocean, you're playing an away game. Very, very true.
Yeah, you're in their territory. Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to the ocean. I mean, there's some scary shit in there, and not just the sharks. That's just one small part of it. Even, when we were looking at stuff that we could do in Fiji, I'm a little freaked out about snorkeling. There are snakes in that water. There are stingrays in that water. And I'm going to be the one idiot who is just floating along like an asshole who gets, a stingray jabbed in her forehead.
Did you see Bobby's second comment?
Had a bad experience with a ripcord and never again. Oh my God. That sounds terrifying.
Pass. Hard pass.
I mean, can you imagine being in that moment where you're like, wee, this is the greatest feeling ever. Oh, look, okay, I need to pull the cord. Wait, the cord's not working.
Cord? What cord? Well, all parachutes have a secondary cord, which is good, but you're really counting on whoever packed your chute.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny is going to be the one that packs my chute.
Right.
And I'm going to get a spare tire.
Yeah. That's you really have to have a sincere high level of trust for someone who you don't even really probably know very well.
Now, Patrick Fulmer has called out my greatest fear and also my best story, and that would be jellyfish.
Yeah. Jellyfish. They're frightening.
When I went to Jamaica, and this is years and years and years ago, I went with this complete and total asshole musician, and he got me just gorkled on mushrooms and broke up with me on the beach while I'm gorkled on mushrooms, and then proceeds to taunt me because a jellyfish had washed up on the shore. Like, jellyfish is going to get you. The jellyfish is scary, right? Look at how creepy it is. And he's just poking at it with a stick. And if you're on fucking mushrooms and there's something you're already afraid of that's like looming at you, it's not good. Okay, it's fucking horrifying. But I was so enraged at the guy that I picked that thing up by the head and I threw it at him. It's my proudest moment. I mean, it missed, but still.
Did you see Chris Malloy?
I have a giant 4K TV, and I have no desire to climb mountains or dive with sharks when I can watch someone else do it. Amen.
That's right. Let someone else take the risk.
Yeah, I can't handle that sort of terror. No, there's too much at stake. I mean, I'm too pretty to do shit like that.
Did you see Rita and Sarah?
Ziplining in the Appalachians was enough for me. Oh my God, I can't even begin to imagine. Ziplining on the surface looks like fun. You know, you're just like zipping right along. But I've seen so many horror stories about shit that happens, like getting stuck in the middle of one of those things, or the line breaks, a monkey drops on your head.
Yeah, anything could happen.
It's just not worth it.
Wile E. Coyote, they say. Yes, and Dave Larson, like.
Now, what do you say we move this right along to something that's a little bit more my speed?
Yep.
Food.
Bucket list food.
Food and booze.
Yeah.
I think for me, something that I really would love so much, and it's not entirely food related, but one day I'd like to have my own bourbon line. I think that would be
that's not something you're gonna,
That's a bucket list item. Oh my God, look at the cheese on the French fries.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. I want my own bourbon. I mean, I think that would be pretty fucking cool to be able to work with a distiller and select just the right flavor profile that really just says, my taste. I think that would be so cool.
I don't know if I have a bucket list food item.
I want to eat that. I don't know what.
Yeah,
it is,
no, there was all kinds of things that I found on the internet, and
Oh
I
my
made
God.
I made a just kind of a long video on just some things that I thought, like 24-layer cake.
Holy fuck.
That's bucket list for me.
Hell yeah. Do you remember we were in Nashville? This was several years ago, and we were we were hammered. And we wandered into Trailer Park Burgers.
Yeah, the trailer park. Yep.
And we were so hammered that we couldn't really see straight. So we ordered whatever we just pointed to on the menu. And the guy's like, "Are you sure you want that?" And we're like, "Yeah,
Yep.
of course we do." And what came out was one of those gigantic stacks of burgers. It was about this high. I think there were 12 burger patties in there. It was gorgeous and so good. I mean, we didn't eat the whole thing, but I mean, being drunk and having that put in front of you is just like, behold the food of the gods.
Okay, I have a question for Dave Larson because he put down Chicago-style deep dish pizza.
Really?
But Dave Larson's from Chicago. How could it be a bucket list? You can get it right here.
It's
Dave, you can get it right down the block.
Giordano's, Lou Malnati's, they deliver. You've seen them, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping he's tried it. Because I know a lot of people that want to try it that haven't tried it because it's a very regional thing, and I totally get that.
It is, but it is delicious.
It's really good, but it's not a go-to pizza. It's something that you try a couple times and go, okay, it's really good.
And then once you've had it, you're kind of over it.
Yeah.
I see Richie Z would like to open a nice whiskey bar. Oh, gosh, yeah.
Oh.
I like the perfect speakeasy. Wouldn't that be so much fun to have, to arrange the bar that you want to drink at? Oh, yeah, that is definitely a bucket item. Yeah.
All right. Jerry says that he wants to try Pappy, the 23-year-old. Yeah. We've done a couple of Pappies, and they're really good.
Jerry,
it's the money.
It's just not worth the price tag. There are so many other aged bourbons and whiskeys that you can drink that are less expensive, that taste as good, if not better.
Yeah.
I really kind of... I'm so skeptical and just tired of the hype over the mystery of these unicorn bourbons. I mean, you can buy it down the road from us for like, $800 a bottle. And I just, why? I can't do it. I can't justify it.
See, Container Man says Leavenworth, Indiana, I think that there is a cave where you can zip line inside.
There is indeed. We've driven past it.
Yes, and I'll go splunking, but I will not zip line
You're not gonna
in a cave.
What's
No.
that movie? Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost, right. Patrick Fulmer wants to know, what would you name your bourbon?
What would I name my bourbon? I'm such an egotistical ass. I'd probably call it something like Juliette's Choice. I don't know.
Oh my God,
I
that's
would.
so hokey.
Well, I wouldn't want it. It would be part of a larger brand. So I'd want whatever the brand was on it, whether it's, from Willet or.
I got an idea. Call it what Jerry called you the first time that he referenced you on his podcast, which
The
was
redheaded
Bourbon
whore?
Bitch. No, it was Bourbon Bitch.
That's what it was.
There you go. That's a perfect name for a bourbon.
I'm not calling it the Bourbon Bitch. I'm not.
All
And you
right.
know what? While I'm bitching about things right now, can I ask y'all, this drives me insane, is when you reach behind the bar and you show me every single bourbon bottle you have. This bothers me. It's like dropping your cock on the bar top. Now that I've gotten that off my chest.
Yeah, well, it's people are proud of their bourbon collections.
I know.
You can't blame them.
They
cost a lot of money.
I'm not a show and tell kind of girl in that respect, I show certain things, but not that.
Leg.
I do. I'm a whore that way.
Yeah, there you go.
I see there is agreement in the chat about the whole Pappy being a little overrated and a waste of money.
Yeah.
Patrick Fulmer, good call. Rockin' Redhead.
Rockin' Redhead.
That's not a bad idea. I like it.
See? You ever get a bourbon? It's got to be the Rockin' Redhead.
Container Man says, name it Juliette Miranda. Think about, I want to drink a Juliette Miranda.
Just call it. Name it after yourself. Oh my God, how egotistical is that? Holy crap.
Well, look who you're talking to here.
Well, I know.
So, okay, let's focus now. Let's focus. I'm like a goldfish tonight. We're talking about food and drink. That's bucket list items. And Richie Z says the food clips are making him hungry.
Yeah.
A particular food that I've never had that I would love to. It's a little bit more about the experience, but I've never had really genuine handmade pasta, and I would love to do it in Italy. Where the chef brings it out and it's got just the perfect sauce on it and, just the perfect accessories to it. I think that would be such an incredible experience.
I think my food and drink bucket list is to drink wine actually in Bordeaux.
Oh, God, yes.
Right at, one of the wineries in Bordeaux.
Absolutely.
That would be cool because it's hard to get to central France. I mean, there's trains that go down there and stuff, but, do go from Paris to there and then maybe down to the beaches of Cannes or something like that. That would be the bucket list,
Oh,
right?
my gosh, yes.
But Bordeaux in Bordeaux.
Well, there's a lot to be said for how much the environment affects the flavor of the food that you're eating. I really think the experience does make things taste better than they maybe are in general. Like if I were to eat that same plate, on a street corner in Chicago, would it be as good? I don't know. It's hard to say.
Wow. Did you read Jerry's?
Here in PA, our state liquor stores hold a raffle for the allotment of Pappy that they get. I put my name in every year, never get it chosen.
Well, Jerry, if you have a bottle in particular, we have a really, really good friend that's down in Louisville that was more than happy to whatever bottle you want, he'll ship it to you. But just let me know what you want, and I'll let you know how much it costs, and then you may go, maybe not.
Yeah, you might cry.
Yeah. Let me know which one you want, though. Send me an email, and we can make it happen if you want it.
Elder says, in Florence, some restaurants have their pasta machine in the window. I could stare at that for hours.
Oh, in Florence. Florence is a cool place. There's a bucket list.
There's another bucket list place.
Florence
Yes,
would be great.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
I'd
Now
love
I
to-
want to go to Florida. I think we're just all jonesing. We've all been cooped up for, going on. Well, I started the show on my channel when the Corona
7 weeks
stuff.
ago.
7 weeks? It's been 7 weeks since we've
fucking
been able to
weeks.
do shit. I think people are just jonesing to go do stuff.
I know. It's just so frustrating to be told that you can't go anywhere. Fuck you, I want to.
Right.
So let's move this right along to our next topic because looking at this food and drink, it's killing me right now. It is seriously murdering my insides.
I know it all looks really super good.
I mean, look, the mac and cheese.
Yes,
I really want mac and cheese now.
I know.
Like, fiercely. So please.
Well, that was a whole lobster on top of it.
Oh my God, cheese fries. Cheese fries.
Oh, that's poutine.
Oh, was that poutine?
Yes,
Anything involving French fries and either cheese or gravy sauce on them.
it's all good.
It's heavenly. That is my number one weakness. Like, you could pretty much win me over with a shot of good bourbon and poutine.
I'm with you there.
Or mac and cheese. Chris Malloy says, in Amsterdam, hookers are in the window.
I've been to Amsterdam and
You
have
have,
seen
and
the
you
hookers
saw
in the
them.
window. And yes, it is quite an interesting scene.
Well, you know what? I mean,
But it's so normal there that
That's
it's
just
not
it.
like you feel like it's a dirty thing because the whole red light district is actually kind of a cool place to go visit. I mean, it's not like seedy or weird.
It's just the environment. It's
Yeah.
just the way it is. I'm sure inside it's a little bit more colorful, but
Oh, Amsterdam. I didn't even, the funny thing is I didn't even go to one of the coffee houses to get weed.
you're not really into weed. to
I'm not a
begin
weed
with.
guy.
That's not your thing.
Nope.
I'd probably would try it just to say that I had. Although now at this point I'm not that big of a weed fan either.
Nah.
So moving right along for our final topic of the night. Now these are personal bucket list items. And this is definitely something I want to do. I need to get another tattoo. And I'm waiting until we get to New Orleans to do it. But I'm thinking I'm going to have a fleur-de-lis added to the inside of my ankle.
But now here's the question, a big question.
Yes.
Do you get a fleur-de-lis if you're actually living in New Orleans? Does that look touristy?
No, because it's something that means something to me. It's a symbol of my relationship with New Orleans. It's a symbol of life. It's something that I just love.
Okay.
know,
Just a question,
Yeah, no. I mean, touristy would be showing up, one weekend, getting hammered and getting a tattoo on Bourbon Street, and then coming home with typhoid or something.
Right. I want to know everyone's personal bucket list item. Things that they either want to accomplish. It could be work related. It could be
Yes.
family related.
Financial.
Financial related. Anything that you just want to do that you just either haven't done or that you haven't prioritized to do yet.
Exactly. Now, what about you, David, the producer?
Personal bucket list items. Jeez. I'm not a big picture guy, meaning that I don't make these huge goals in my life that are like so hard to hit. I do little, small, incremental goals.
That way you feel like you're making...
That way I feel like I'm accomplishing stuff
accomplishing.
along the
Yes,
way, right?
yeah.
So just a perfect example is like with your podcast when we started that 4 years ago. It wasn't we want to get to 1 million downloads, a month, because that's like, that can take years to get there, right? So it was, I had this many hundred the first couple of months, this many additional hundred, and then thousands, and then what it ended up being, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't have these big bucket list things. If I just want to do something, I'll just go do it. Is that shitty? I don't know.
I think it's just a different perspective. It's just the way that you look at things, and Jimmy C calls out, does winning Powerball count?
Yeah. If it's a bucket list item, hell yeah.
Now,
Look at Bashful.
Bashful has said fostering some kids, and wow, we are just assholes because that's probably the most open-hearted thing you could do.
Right.
I'm not the person to do that. I couldn't even begin to imagine.
I thought on your bucket list you had smother some kids.
Right. I mean, that sounds like fun to me. But Bashful, and believe me, we're not making fun of you. I think that would be an incredible thing for you to do.
Juliette's just not that nice.
Just not that nice. I'm sorry. And Chris Malloy, now here's something that I could do. Adopt as many pit bulls and shelter dogs as I could. Yes, I would love to be able to adopt all the cats.
That's a cool bucket list
Yeah,
item.
absolutely.
Yeah, you'd be a crazy cat lady if I let you.
If I could be a crazy cat lady, I would in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And Richie's also on the lotto bandwagon.
A lot of, but how can that be a bucket list item when it's completely out of your control?
Well, that's, yeah.
I mean, the things that we're talking about
good
here
question.
are all obtainable. You know, you want to go to Paris, okay, you make a plan, you save up, and
Whether
maybe
it's
it takes you
5
20
years,
years.
20 years, yeah, to save up to do something like that. Yeah, it's something that you can attain.
You can't obtain, but winning the lotto, I mean, short of rigging it, like the McDonald's Monopoly game.
Yeah, the McDonald's Monopoly game, all rigged.
I think, another thing that I would love to be able to do, and I probably should have mentioned this earlier, is I desperately want to go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh yeah, New York. Yes, I know that is a bucket list item for you.
It is. It's something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. And, my mother was like, sure, we'll do that. And she lied like everything else. So,
Boy, it's so good that your mother doesn't watch this.
no, she probably is watching it. She's
Oh
like,
my
that
God.
no good daughter of mine.
Well, I guess if there is a bucket list item that we have as a couple, there is one place that we haven't gone to that we're going to be now a lot closer to that I think is going to be really obtainable now, which is going to Key West.
Oh my God, yes. A bucket list item for me is to see Ernest Hemingway's home and to hang out
Right.
with his six-toed cats. I mean, we all know Hemingway is just my God. So to be in Key West and to see his old haunts and to pretend I'm Martha Gellhorn and go to the Floridita and what's going on here?
I'm getting a bourbon. Thank you.
All right, I'll take some more.
Okay.
Excuse us.
I was just going to sneak it off
Whoa,
camera.
you filled that up high. Okay, that's good. Stop.
Yeah.
Drinking that like it's water.
It's brown water.
Brown water. That's my producer.
There we go.
Bucket list item, checking out a Betty Ford clinic. Chris Malloy says, I live in New York 52 years and I've never been to the Macy's parade.
Oh my God.
Chris Malloy.
Well, you know what? A lot of locals don't do it. It's a very touristy thing
It
to
is.
do.
I know, and it's such a horrible experience from what I've heard. I mean, when we do
it's usually cold as shit
Yes.
or raining.
yes.
And it's so packed and crowded.
We're going to do it right. I mean, if we have to save up for the next 10 years to do it, either at the plaza or someplace where, we'll have the cool experience and we're not fighting the crowds, that would be ideal.
See, Chris agreed with us. He says, New Yorkers don't go to parades, only
Only
transplants
transplants.
and tourists, right? Yes.
I get it.
See, Jimmy C says, if it's brown, it's down. Agreed. And we have got Mr. Jimmy C hooked on the larceny as well.
Oh,
So-
I'm so glad. Yeah, just a recap. My guy and I here are drinking larceny because it was one of the last bottles remaining in our bar because I refuse to buy more booze until we get to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
this
are we
is-
going to pack it up and move it and
We
have them
can't.
charge us for it?
Yeah,
It's stupid.
I'm not going to do that. There's plenty of booze in New Orleans.
Right.
I promise. But larceny is just a super easy everyday drink. It makes an excellent mixer and it's a weeder. So, Jerry, you were talking about wanting to drink Pappy, which is also a weeder. Now, obviously, the flavor comparison is very different between Pappy and larceny, but there is a similarity in sort of the smoothness and a little bit of that light sweetness. So
Right.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Richie Z is drinking Uncle Nearest 1820, a Juliette favorite. Oh my gosh, yes, the 1820 is so good.
We really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of Tennessee whiskey. The whole, charcoal filtration thing doesn't always work, in my opinion. But with the 1820, oh my God, it's just so smooth.
Very good.
Good stuff. So cheers to you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, David, the producer? Have we exhausted ourselves for the night?
I think that you covered everything, all the topics, and all the great people in our chat, I think, had a lot of great things to say. So, yeah.
All right. Well, y'all, this is Bourbon Soak Live. We go live every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. We have one show coming up next week. The week after that, I'm guessing we're not going to be able to go live because that's when we're
moving.
We will have arrived in
Yeah.
New Orleans. And I don't think we're going to be unpacked.
Nope.
So-
But we may do a special one just on the phone.
Oh, you know what we should? We should definitely do just a catch up to like say
Yeah.
we made it. So,
There you go.
stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get a notification when it happens. And don't forget also, I have a podcast. It is called The Unwritable Rant. And this month, I'm doing things a little bit different. Instead of doing my bourbon soaked stories, I have created the audiobook version of my very first book, which is called Morning Neurosis. And it's the story of me reconciling my rock and roll roots with a reality after Los Angeles. And every week in May, I'm releasing a new chunk of chapters with all sorts of new commentary and insights. It's really fun. The first episode just posted this Sunday, and kind of hoping y'all dig it. I had a lot of fun doing it.
And no need to buy the book anymore. You can get the audio version for free on the podcast for the next 5 weeks.
Exactly, y'all. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So this seemed like the right time to do it since my studio right now is all dismantled.
Right.
Well, it has been such a blast talking with y'all tonight. I know my bourbon buddies have all been here. Chris Malloy, Richie Z, Mad Kiwi, Patrick Fulmer. Also, we had Jimmy C and Container Man.
Bashful.
Bashful, our buddy Jerry from Bad Cop, Bad Cop. And Bobby Blaze was here also. It's always great to see y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. I always have so much fun talking with you. You guys have the best stories.
And Mr. Dave Larson.
Dave Larson as well. Yes. And Elder was here also.
And Container Man.
And Container Man.
Yeah,
And
I hope I remembered.
I think I said Mad Kiwi, but if I didn't, you get the first to the party award.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us tonight, y'all. It's been a blast. I'll be back next Monday night to drink with you some more. So cheers, y'all. You're still here? It's over. Go home.